I had so much fun interviewing the love and relationship expert, Miss Rachel G. She dropped so many nuggets, not only how to keep a relationship, but how to build one and keep creating more long lasting relationships. You guys cannot miss this interview. Stay tuned.
It's your girl, Rachel G., your relationship expert, life coach, and mentor. I watched Rocks in the Boat, chilling hard with my girl, Kat Harvey, at Success and Nothing Less. You guys got to watch it, tune in, and be empowered and motivated.
Hey, what's up, world? I'm Kat Harvey, the host and the producer of the Kat Harvey Show, and today is a very fun and special day. We have one of the top relationship experts, radio personality, life coach with us today. I'm very, very excited. She's one of the first ones, and I got a lot of questions, a lot of Q&A. I know you guys are excited to have her on. I'm excited to have her on. So without further ado, please welcome the boss, the mogul herself, Miss Rachel G. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. So can you tell people a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am Rachel G. You can go to my website, iamrachelg.com, or you can actually go to my Instagram, I_am Rachel G. It's Rachel G Talks Relationship. I help people heal to love again. It doesn't matter what stage that you are in your life, what you need healing from, and what you're trying to love from yourself to somebody else. That's me. That's what I do.
Okay. So the first thing I have to ask, a lot of people, including myself, it's a lot of people that's out here, making money, pretending to be this expert and life coach. How do people know what's real, what's not, and then what separates your brand from any other life coach, relationship expert that's out here today?
I think, and it's crazy that you say that because the simple fact me and some other people were just talking about this because actually it was people on social media. Because of social media, you cannot tell who is real and who is fake. I think so many people have it mixed. They have the memes, they have the post, and they feel like because somebody is writing a relationship post or a relationship meme, they are actually an expert. They are actually somebody that can help me. Anybody can riddle, anybody can rhyme. You have people that write music, but they cannot sing. Their job is to be poetically inclined to be able to do the things that they're doing. But they have to get someone else, Tamar, Whitney, Mariah, all the greats, Lauren, Beyonce, to sing the songs that they actually want to let their audience know. I am probably one of the only ones out there. I know for as female, yes, but I am probably one of the only ones that actually do this for a living. Before there was Instagram and social media, I was doing this. What set me apart from everyone else, which I don't know what anybody else is doing, because I have this motto that you have to be unapologetically a beast in your own lane. You can be inspired by others, you can motivate others, you can be empowered by others, but you have to set yourself apart. I even teach my clients and my mentees, set yourself apart to where people can go and they can see you versus someone else. And what started that was I was a makeup artist before I started doing this. So you have to have your own technique as a makeup artist. And I would teach other makeup artists not to do makeup like I did makeup. Because what would happen would clients will see your makeup and they would come to me because nobody does the pattern like I do it. Everybody has their own makeup pattern. So everybody should have their own pattern in life. I give tools, I give solutions. I'm not here to talk about what somebody else did to you and how you can get them back. No, you can only improve within yourself when you check yourself. So I do a lot of self-checking. We don't sit on the phone. We don't do any in-person, in-office visits talking about David, talking about Sharon, talking about Rachel, talking about, Anthony. We don't talk about any of those people. We talk about you. I would be like, okay, Kat, so let's talk about you. Because in order for Kat to know who she is, in order for Kat to know what decisions that she's made have made her the woman that she is, that's the only way she's going to successfully be who she needs to be for herself and for everybody else. And relationships just don't stem from the opposite sex. There's relationships with your colleagues, with your parents, with your sisters, with your brothers, with your friends, with people at church, people at work. But if you aren't checking yourself, you just won't be unsuccessful within a relationship with the opposite sex, but you'll be unsuccessful in a relationship with everybody.
Okay. So I know we've heard of the quote, your journey is your journey. So how long, did this process take for you to finally, see the fruits of your labor?
It really and truly, when I took my own, when I started doing all the case studies, everything that I do and everything that I have my clients do are things that I've done. It I became a mentor first, and I was an advocate for young kids and for family. I've always dealt with that. And being a makeup artist in 2005, 7, people were coming to me, and they were coming to me to be made whole within themselves. They had low self-esteem, they had issues, and they were really coming to talk. And I started noticing that my clients really didn't care about me doing makeup. They wanted that session and that talking time. So I started doing this. And I was doing it. I'm very transparent. I was doing this at a time where I was a broken crayon myself. I was trying to color on pages when I was still broken. So it wasn't until I took a break in 2013, from 2008, 2013, to find myself. And once I found myself through the exercises that I do with my clients now, I then started being active. Um, my platform has expanded and increased extremely because of social media. I would give that to Instagram. Everybody, when you ask for success, they want to know your success out of office versus your Instagram success. How did you get to the followers that you had? I started being active in what I'm doing on Instagram last year. So all the people that are here, it just kind of just happened. One celebrity saw it, and then another celebrity saw it, and then before you know it, they're sharing it and they're following, and then people are seeing that. But it's the small people that either had a problem with what I said, didn't agree with what I said, and they had people coming on. And those people start tagging more people, and then people started coming in my page because they're like, okay, she has this terminology and this logic that's different than everybody else, and it's something we never heard of. Let's go see what it's about. So it was the go seeing what it was about that caused the wave. And really and truly, these last 6 months have been overwhelming. I would do sometimes 200 clients in a month, but these last few times have been really, really overwhelming. So I would say, when I found myself and when I started walking into who I was, that to me is whenever I start seeing the fruits of my labor. Because you can be successful, but unsuccessful within yourself, and you really don't see the fruits of your labor, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You'll just see it financially. Financially, it's been great for the last 10 years. But spiritually, emotionally, mentally, it's been great since 2015. So that's a two-ended answer with that question.
Okay. So how did you grow, your speaking, business at different events and seminars? How did you grow that? Because I know some people want to become speakers, and, did you have to start off by doing the small free events first and then building it up, or how did that work for you?
I've always been a public speaker. My dad's a pastor, so I've always been the one. I'm the eldest of five, so I've always been the one that had to speak. Um, did government things, always been the one that had to speak. I've always been the one that would captivate the audience. But I would say using the platform, that's why I tell people doing those videos is so great. Even if nobody likes your videos now, they'll like it later. I post videos now and people are like, "Oh, that's so good." I had that video a year ago and I got 26 likes on it. Now I have, 70, views. 70, one of them had 70,000 views, and now I have all of this. And it's all about timing. It's all about confidence within yourself and not giving up within yourself. I started really using social media as that platform that everybody else was gravitating to. And I did. I remember when I used to take events and didn't charge anything. I did it because people want to see you doing something at the end of the day. They want to see something you have going on, whether it's social media, whether it's out in public, or whatever it is. They want to see an audience. They want to know that people know you. If not, then you have no credibility to your name. So why should we have you there? I did. I started doing stuff for free. And like, for instance, Oprah called me today. I'm gonna do it for free. You know,
Yeah.
you have to know what gigs to take that's going to help you as a person. And some things money can't even buy. But I think people get so wrapped up in, oh, if they're not paying me $2,000, like I had someone ask me, why do I even do free interviews such as this? Because for the simple reason, it helps your platform. And growing, you're going to have to give these things back. Kevin Hart will go to a city and he'll do an interview on a radio station. They're not paying him. He's giving back. These are promotional things that you do. And it's when you get past trying to make that buck, that's when that money comes. And it comes very good.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah, because I've had a couple people, who weren't high up on the food chain, requesting, are you going to fly them out? Are you going to do? I'm like, hold up, like it's not that type of party, like
right.
and so forth. But talk about finding yourself. I find a lot of, especially young people, even older people, that after they go through a bad breakup or divorce or whatever, they seem to put everybody in this box of, nobody will be good enough and there's no good people left out there. So how do you get your clients or potential clients over this major fear that a lot of people have and experience after a breakup?
I believe that people shy from what's hurt them because they're not prepared to love, or they're not prepared to get back out there. So one of the first steps, and in my book that's coming out, Steps to Heal for Purpose, I talk about healing. You have to heal first. You have to heal from your past. And all my clients have to do the same exercise. The first exercise is all the same. I take them through a healing experience from their past. And it's not just past with love, it's past with self. We go all the way back. We do a lot of soul searching before you even thought about a boyfriend and a girlfriend. We heal from that. And it's that alone, people have been able to gravitate and see, I can't hold everybody else accountable for the hurt they've caused in my life. I have to take accountability and ownership for them being in my life. You can't win blaming everybody else. You can't win finding fault in everybody else. You have to find some fault in yourself. Whether it's I gave you time of day and I didn't need to, or whether it's I saw you were no good for me because you doing everything else and I took you back after you cheated and you just kept on doing it. You have to take some credibility and realize that you too have a part that you played in this relationship that caused it. Whether it was, I was on the radio station today and I talked about patience. You want your mate to be a lot of things, but when they start being that person and they change, you have to have patience. You have to be kind. Those are two main attributes of love. And people don't, and they give up so quick. And when it's time for them to move on, oh, it's their fault. Oh, they're the reason why. But what did you do? People get so upset when I ask them, so what did you do? I ain't do nothing. I loved. I bought, I gave them sex whenever they wanted. Okay, but maybe that was the problem. Maybe you didn't say no. Maybe being gullible, maybe being a yes man or a yes woman was the reason why you got played the way that you did.
Girl, you preaching to the choir. Oh my gosh. So what do you think about people sharing their relationship on social media? Do you think people should do that? And also, should someone be worried if they're with somebody and that person never posts them, as girlfriend and boyfriend or wife and husband? Should they be alarmed?
First part of that is you want to build it before you share it. People are so socially, materialistically in love that they're more concerned. It's Monday. I need my Man Crush Monday to be on social media. It's Wednesday. I need my Woman Crush Wednesday to be on social media. Once you build your relationship on social media, That's how your relationship grows and it stems. Unless you have this journey of love that you guys are here to help other people. But you never want to take the legal side of love and put an illegal twist on it, and you bring validation to something that is very irrelevant. Because if you put your relationship out too quick on social media, the first thing that's going to happen is if I put my dude out when me and dude just met, first of all, my platform, they're gonna go search in for him. He's gonna get hundreds of requests right off the bat to follow him. They want to see what he do. They want to see what he doesn't do. And I just feel like you have to know your mates. You have to know. I use social media as a business platform. I have a personal social media, but that's just for family and friends. But I use this on the personal levels. I mean, on a business level. So my personal life is my personal life. No matter if you use it for your personal or for business, when you join in a relationship, you need communication. You need to know, okay, are you cool with me sharing my platform with you? Because these people gonna look for you. You know, it's so funny because I think it was John Legend and his wife. I see and I notice when he doesn't answer the phone, a text message or a FaceTime, he gets on social media, she blasts him. Like, you couldn't answer my FaceTime, but I see you on here. You couldn't answer my text, but I see you on here. So that brings so many people, and she could be joking because she's always joking on social media, but people don't know that. And if you're not strong within your relationship, people will take that joke and they'll play into it and have you questioning the person that you're really and truly supposed to be doing life with. You don't do life with social media. You do life with people within your home. Social media should be something where you can either enhance your business, you can have fun, you can connect with people that you don't generally see on a day-to-day basis until you guys meet again. That's what it's for. But I feel that you want to build your relationship before you put your relationship out there. And the first part of building is your confidence. Three of the things that the webinar is going to be about on the 30th is preparation. You have to heal. You have to be able to communicate. And you also have to be able to be confident. If you're not confident in a relationship, it's not going to last, whether you have social media or you don't have social media. You have to communicate with one another to be confident.
So for somebody who has it all, how can you tell if the person that I guess you're dealing with or interested in, if they're really for you, if you already have success and they're just coming along?
You want to know what's so funny? And everybody, y'all gonna laugh at me. You can, it's fine. I don't know if it's because of the way I explain it or what. Girl, the radio show today was about this whole thing right here. So I tell people to date for the future. You want to do everything with purpose. Everything you have has to have a goal of purpose. I don't care if it's dating, even, interviews, whether it's for relationships, whether it's finances, if you're looking for a house, if you're living in a little house and you get a bigger house, you want purpose and you want that expected end to be something that's great. Relationships are the same way. If you, right now, you need to check whoever it is you're with. This is the checklist for you to let you know if you're dating somebody you want to live with for the rest of your life. Because marriage is for sickness and in health, to death do us part, richer or for poor. If they're going all the way broke, not because in between jobs, but broke. They had it all. Now they broke. They keep going to interviews and keep going to interviews and nobody wants to hire them. If you feel like you want to leave them, that ain't the one. That ain't somebody you want to do life with. If who you're with right now gets sick and the doctor says, okay, they can no longer talk, they'll no longer be able to see, they'll no longer be able to hear, they're going to lose all their limbs eventually. We're going to cut off their legs now, and eventually we're going to cut off their hands. You're going to have to feed them and wipe their butt. If you can't do that for them, that's not it. That's not the person. We find love in all the wrong places. Oh, girl, he got a job. That's the one. Oh, homie, she good in bed. That's the one. You see that butt on her? That's the one. Oh, girl, let me tell you right now, he do everything I need him to do. That's the one. So you fall in love with something that's going to fade eventually. And then you're out frustrated. My married clients that come to me, they're frustrated. I had no idea I had to like him. What did you think you were going to have to do being married to him? Being married to her. You don't marry for love, because you're supposed to love everybody. You marry for like. You marry because you like this person and they're your friend. And at the end of the day, if they have nothing, then you guys have something. Homeless people, when they're together because they love each other for who they are. They ain't got nothing else. So we as people have to do the same thing. Love somebody for who they are, but you have to communicate. But we live in a day and age where that is minimized because of social media. People aren't communicating. If you mad at your babe, you're going to put a picture up. You know, don't get it twisted. You know, don't try me. I can do bad all by myself. Doing me. But then when you with somebody, I love them good morning texts. Babe just made me smile. Why couldn't you text them and tell them, or call them and tell them, I appreciate the time we spent together. You really made me smile. Stuff just like everybody else seeing stuff. And then when guys put it out there like that, she good to me, you might have 6 women that put hearts, and now you looking like, is he talking about me or is he talking about somebody else? You can mix the communication, and you can mix who they're talking to so quick, because people tell me all the time, you look good, you this, you that. I get all kind of beautifuls from guys, and I don't know them. I want to take you out. I can't wait. One guy all the time, I can't wait, for us to have kids together, and I don't know what he looks like. But if a dude I'm with isn't confident within me, he would be like, so who is this want to have children with you? You have to grow something off of social media. That's how you know a person is for you.
One of the, I've never heard of this quote that you said on Instagram, when you say, before I give you my number, what's your relationship with God? That's powerful.
Because every day in this isn't easy. We as people, we don't always get it right. Some of the reasons why we are who we are today is because of our mistakes. Our pain put us into purpose. I wouldn't be the woman that I am now if I didn't go through so much in life. So when you find someone and when you keep living, you're going to go through things. You're going to have times when you don't want to pray. You're going to have times when you don't want to, when you don't hear God's voice and you're so frustrated, you don't even have anything to say. And you could be the most spiritual person on earth and be silent because you're 3 months and God still hasn't said a word to you. But when you're with somebody who can pray you through, when you're with somebody that'll be able to hold you up, boom, everything's breaking loose in your house. Oh, you just bought a house. Congratulations. Your hot water heater goes out. Your refrigerator goes out. Your stove goes out. All this stuff starts going out and you're frustrated and you're pissed. You need somebody that's going to be able to say, hey, let's pray. You need somebody that's going to be able to be in your corner on purpose spiritually. It's a key ingredient to it. And too often, too many people, they look for everything except that. And it doesn't take them anywhere. It gets you at a place to where you're holding the relationship down and you're unequally yoked.
Okay. So how do people avoid, picking the same person, even though they have a different name, they may be from a different state or country? How can somebody avoid picking the same person again and again?
It's so great you asked me that, because that is one of the things that I do in the relationship program that I have. Once I help people heal, we then go over the past relationships, because there's a pattern that you see within yourself. When you haven't healed, you haven't examined yourself to see what kind of decisions you've made, what kind of people you've dated, and you end up dating the same person in different skins. And you find yourself being attracted to the same guy. They don't look the same. They do a little bit things different, but you fall for the same okie doke. That's because you're too busy blaming everybody else, and you have not taken a credibility and blame yourself. When you be like, you know what, Rachel, you have to leave these guys that drive these, Mercedeses alone. You know what, Rachel? You have to stop going after doctors and lawyers. Okay, Rachel, you can't get them because they're built like a brick house. You know, you're like, oh, he didn't work, but ooh, he looked good, so he might work. And you forget the fact that the other dude looked good too. Then you go to God and you're like, God, we need some more men down here. God, like, first of all, you need to stop being so picky. And it's because we don't take time to heal. We don't take time to see why we chose that person, what attracted us to that person, what we didn't like about that person, but we accepted, and how we broke up. Because if you'll notice, you'll be like, if you've ever been in a domestic relationship that's full of domestic violence, and when you see yourself come out of that, you can tell a woman being from anywhere. There are guys that try to talk to me and I'm like, oh, you hit on women. And people are like, how can you tell? Because I went through that process of healing from domestic violence. And I went through that process of understanding how I got caught up in it. So I now see what would put me back in that. But again, I had to look at self. And we're not looking at self. Women, they will blame everybody else for their shortcomings and what they're not doing. Men will see themselves, but men will not tell anybody else that they see themselves unless they really like you and they'll open up about the mistakes that they've made. Most men cover their mistakes up, they put their ego up and they keep going. Women just find themselves, women pick up another woman. They're like, oh, okay, new hair, who this? New lashes, who this? New lip color, who this? Oh, it's fall. Okay, who this? And there's somebody totally different. But men, they will fix themselves, but they'll never open up about who they were.
Okay. Let's talk about being in the right place at the right time. I know a lot of people, regardless in relationships and business, they're not in the right areas. They're spending too much time at the club, at some of these seminars where you're supposed to be networking. It's really like nobody networking. It's nobody to network with. So how can people, get to the next level in their life and attract those type of people they want to attract and stop hanging around, just those normal average people?
It all goes back to you. And sadly, people either hang around people that's going to make them feel great about themselves, people that's less than them, or they're going to hang around the same crowd of people who are where they are. If you want to be great, you have to push yourself within self. You have to go some places and do some things. And sometimes you have to be the brokest person in the room. Sometimes you have to be the lowest person in the room. Because when you get around people, then and they're doing great and they're doing better than you, you then say, okay, I got to step my game up. I got to get my head in the game. I got to get myself together. No matter if you curse, whatever you say, I got to get it together. In order to go to another level, you have to hang around people that are on the level that you're on. You can't even hang around people on the same level as you for so long because it's going to become redundant and boring. And whether it's in love, if you want your marriage to prosper, start hanging around people that are doing things. Why are you and your husband, or why are you and your wife still doing the same thing? When are you going to open up the door and say, hey, let's do this relationship trip? Let's go to this seminar and see what other married couples are doing. Let's start our own thing and start traveling. I love the fact that the movie Why Did I Get Married came out, because one of the things about the movie Why Did I Get Married not only opened up the door for people to have that communication, but it made couples want to start doing couples trips. It made couples start wanting to go out and do things together instead of, and I try to get the understanding, because you have sometimes cliques, the husband and the wife, or the boyfriend and the girlfriend. You'll go places, and the first time I went and I seen that all the guys were going in one room and all the women were going in another room, I was like, so why are we here?
Right.
I'm going to get together, and I understand I got to fix his food and take it to him, and I'm going to do that part, but why are we up in here while they watching the game? Like, why can't we be? Oh, because they be talking about men stuff. You don't want to see who kicked the field goal, who gets the first down, and you don't want to see, you don't want to watch the game. The interaction between couples is lost when they get coupled. So in order for you to be great, you have to start doing greater things. You have to get around greater couples. You have to expand your horizons. But a lot of people don't want to expand their horizons because that means you have to expand yourself mentally, spiritually, and also financially. Because two broke people can't travel.
Right. So last two questions. How was your journey, going through the fire and the valley, and what did you learn most about yourself during that period?
I learned most about myself that I was stubborn. Like a lot of the things that I went through, I did it. Like, some people are like, I was like Job, I was like Joshua, I put myself through I was like Paul, more like Saul. And I did what I wanted to do. And it got to a point where God had to just say, look, you got to chill out. But I still kept doing what I wanted to do. But it's amazing how even the things that I wanted to do were still things that he wanted me to do because it still had purpose in it. Um, and it's a process. It all goes back to you. It all goes back to loving yourself enough to want to see yourself do better. Loving yourself enough to want to see yourself be a better person within yourself. If you get yourself together, you get together spiritually, financially, physically. I've been trying to gain 10 pounds. I've been begging my body to bring on 10 pounds. My body won't because I made health a lifestyle. Once you make a lifestyle, it becomes a part of you. Even though I cheat some days, the toxins in my body are rejected because I give myself such great vibes within what I eat. So it's the same way within life. When you give yourself such great vibes, you're not going to be around anything else. So everything stems back to you. If you're listening and if you're not great, it's because you don't want to be great. If you're listening and if you're not who you want to be, and if you're not in a relationship, it's because you're not prepared. I have women all the time. I'm ready to be married. I'm ready for God to be my husband. I've been paying my tithes. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. And I was like, but God operates on timing. So if the time is not connected, there is something else that you're not doing, which means you're not still prepared. You may not know how to communicate. And they'd be like, oh, we never had to communicate. Well, that's why you're not found. Because you're going to have to talk to Bae, you're going to talk to Boo, and nobody wants to do that. So you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
So, what upcoming projects, events, books do you have coming out so people can go support those?
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for asking. The upcoming events that I'm doing locally where I am in the Houston area, I'm going to do the Relationship Club. It's a club for women and men. There's the Relationship Club for singles and there's the Relationship Club for couples. It's a relationship club. We get together once a month and we discuss relationships. We get yourself all the way together and prepared. You also have access through me through text messages during that time. I have my book and my journal, Steps to Heal for Purpose, that's coming out. It's actually done. I'm just waiting on that Beyonce Juicy Day to just throw it out there. This next month actually is a year for my program, I'm Single Now What? And I'm Single Now What really is the relationship program / club. The reason why I changed the name is because I had married couples ready to divorce because they were getting invoices in the mail saying, why are you in a singles program? You're not single, you're married. But everybody wants to be better. And so I named it the relationship program. But I do have a book coming out next month called I'm Single Now What? It's for singles that are single and I don't know what to do now. What do I do? How did I get here? Why am I here? How can I get myself past this hurt to become a better person? So I'm Single Now What? The book is coming out, and also Steps to Heal for Purpose. It's allowing you to understand how you can allow the things that you went through in life build purpose, and you can mentor people, help people, and stop somebody from going down the same road you went down through tools and solutions with both books.
Okay, well, thank you. Look, I look forward to doing a book review because I do extensive
Yes.
one. I've done one for Steve Harvey, The Jump. I've done Grant Cardone, um, Brian Tracy, and different authors. So I would love to do a book review once it comes out, give people the real thoughts about it. I know it's going to be awesome. But
Yes, I like the good and the bad. I ain't tripping. I like the good and the bad.
I know, right? So can you tell people what they can find and connect with you at?
Sure, you can go to my website. You can actually go there. Go to my website, IamRachelG.com. You can go to IamRachelG.com and it's going to take you everywhere. You can sign up for my subscriptions, my newsletters, my blogs, all those things, the free webinars. It will connect you to all my social media outlets that I have. You'll even get my number. I'll give you the digits so you don't have to slide in my DM with your questions about relationships and issues. You can just holler at your girl. You can text me. And my email as well. All my information is there. IamRachelG.com.
Okay, well, I thank you so much for your time. I know we had some technical difficulties. They don't see the work that I have to put in before this.
Y'all don't see what it looked like over here to make sure y'all can see me real good.
You got to get those angles right, okay, and the lighting. But I truly appreciate you. You know, time is the one thing you can never get back. So I truly appreciate your time and your energy. I see nothing but great things for you. So keep grinding, keep doing your thing. And I look forward to
thank you.
You know, your work with the rest of the world. So you guys check out Miss Rachel G. She's taking over. Thank you, Rachel, for coming on my show today. It means the world to me. Make sure you guys go follow her and support her upcoming events, books, and seminars at IamRachelG.com.